This week on Simply Ming, East meets South, right here in my home in Boston. Joining me is Carla Hall. She's a Top Chef All-Star and host of The Chew and a native of Tennessee.
I'm starving.
Carla's going to be making her favorite country greens. Oh, look at that. Some tangy chow chow pickles and hot water cornbread.
The best.
And because of her dishes, I'm going to complement it with my grandfather's red roast pork. Should be an amazing combination.
That crunch, right?
Dude. I'm Ming Tsai, and we're cooking at home, coming up next on Simply Ming.
Funding is provided by Ocean Spray. For over 80 years, our grower owners have been growing and harvesting cranberries to bring you and your family our cranberry juices, drinks, and Craisins dried cranberries. For more information, you can visit oceanspray.com. Ocean Spray, grower owned since 1930.
Simply caring about the planet. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Subaru of New England, a proud sponsor of Simply Ming.
Handcrafted and brewed in the historic Hudson Valley of New York, using ingredients sourced only from North America, Wanjishan offers an artisanal selection of Asian-inspired organic soy sauces and condiments. WJS, Simply American, Simply Organic, and a proud sponsor of Simply Ming.
I am so happy to have my great friend Carla Hall in the house. Hello.
Hello.
So great to be here.
It is so great to be in Boston, in your home, and just chilling.
This is great. Carla and I met at 3 a.m. Sounds a little dicey. At a Target, because she was doing Top Chef and I was one of the judges. And,
yes.
And you were running around a little bit.
I was running around a lot. And remember when Dale Towdy made that? He made the irons.
He made grilled cheese with the irons.
Yes.
He took irons at Target and made grilled
awesome.
cheese. He won. It was good. So we're gonna cook a bunch, but I'm gonna make you a great little kind of a riff on a sophisticated madam, a cocktail. We're calling this a sophisticated St. George because instead of gin, we're gonna use ginger beer from Bermuda.
Perfect.
All right. So if you want to just dump this, and I'll start muddling. So we're gonna take some cucumbers, pinch of salt, and we'll muddle these cucumbers with the salt. You need this salt, right, just to get a little abrasion going on.
And so does that take some of the bitterness out of the cucumber?
It does. All right. Then we're gonna add to this some cranberry juice. We're gonna have 4 ounces of this. There you go. Very good. Carla taking charge, opening up the ginger beer.
Taking charge.
So everything's good on the chew?
Everything's really good, yeah. We,
lime
this
juice.
season's gonna be amazing, and we have a lot of fun things happening this season. You know, we have to up the ante. It's season 5.
That's amazing.
Can you believe
And
it?
congrats on your Emmy.
Thank you.
That's not something everyone gets every day. You guys must have been so psyched.
We were so psyched, and oh, because you're not ready for this yet?
Not yet.
I know, I'm just so excited that it's a mocktail. I'm like, hey, where's my part? Where am I going to put this in?
You're going to splash it on top, actually.
Oh, right, okay.
A little bit of ice.
Okay.
So
awesome.
can you tell me any surprises on what's happening?
Well, we're going to do some taping in Epcot. So we're going, off the reservation.
Nice.
And let me smell that. This smells so fruity,
right?
so delicious.
So we double strain.
Okay.
Right? So strain 1, strain 2. Mm-hmm. I like that little froth you can get.
I love that froth.
Okay,
see, if you were having this, whether it's a sophisticated madam or a
little
sophisticated
ginger beer on top, please.
George, okay, wait, go. Like that's just a splash?
Just like that.
Like a floater?
Yes.
You wouldn't even know. This looks so festive.
Ah, it's fantastic. You know what? I do like cocktails, but I like mocktails too. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
And to you out there.
Mmm.
Like it?
Oh, it's sooky.
All right, come on down. Let's cook.
Yes.
So. All right, Carla, your first dish?
If East is meeting the South, you've got to do greens.
You got
You've got to do greens because I have been eating greens since I was a nugget in my mother's belly. It's a staple in the Southern diet. Every Sunday supper, we had
Lunch,
greens.
dinner, breakfast even? Or you
No,
give yourself
but we
a break?
could give yourself a break from breakfast, but you could.
You could.
Right? Yeah. So basically what I do, and I do something a little differently. I chiffonade them.
Okay.
My grandmother would never do this. My grandmother would probably take the ribs out, and that's what people are used to doing.
Right.
So I roll them like a cigar, and then I cut them lengthwise,
cool.
like that. And then I just cut them really thin. And the reason I don't cut the ribs out is because it's texture. My grandmother used to cook these, all day. She used to cook them all day, and with a little bit of pork. And usually they have them with pork or like fat back.
Right.
So we're not going to do that.
Well, tell me, but at your restaurant you don't, right?
No, at my restaurant,
that?
I'm making all of the sides vegetarian because it's just going to be chicken and sides. And the thing is, I want vegetarians to be able to come and eat my food. So I'm using smoked paprika to get that smokiness.
Nice.
And then I'm also going to use some vinegar. Oh, great. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so we have our
Can I
grains.
slice these onions for you?
Yeah, so slice them in half, and then like really, really thin.
Super thin?
So here's what we're gonna do. So we have our grains already.
Right.
They've all been washed. I'm going to add in some olive oil, or you can add canola oil, whatever you want to add. So we're gonna start out with this oil, and then we're gonna get our pot liquor going.
Okay.
So if you can put our,
Okay, you can turn it up too if you want.
Yep, can turn that up.
There we go.
Perfect. So we're going to cook these. We're going to focus on getting this pot liquor. So we have all of these things. We have the onions. We have the smoked paprika. We're going to slice the garlic, and we have chili flakes.
Okay.
And then we have vinegar.
Okay, you want this onion too,
Yep,
right?
let's go in there.
Okay.
Yep, so I'm putting a little bit of salt in there.
So you're going for a little caramelization?
A little caramelization. I want the sweetness from the onions.
Right.
I also want the acid from the vinegar.
Okay. So how long is it going to take to caramelize?
So I think it's going to take, we're going to take about 3 to 5 minutes
rest?
with this.
Okay.
Yeah, just because we're going to cook them all down, and then we're going to add everything else.
Okay.
So while this is cooking.
Let's get that going, and we'll slice up some garlic. All right, so 5 minutes caramelized onions.
Yep.
Boom.
All right, looks really good. We're ready for the garlic. So we're slicing the garlic. I like chunks of garlic.
Okay.
So that goes in there. And then, because the garlic is sliced so thin, we can start rolling through everything else. So we have the smoked paprika that goes in there, and then we have some chili flakes. How spicy do you like it?
Spicy.
Okay, let's do it.
All of it?
No, let's have.
Yeah,
that
would be. Okay, a little bit more. Well, for my grandpa.
You can't take that out. All right, so now we're gonna add some vinegar, and then we're gonna add water.
What kind of vinegar is this?
So this is just apple cider vinegar.
Okay. Say when.
So let's start there, and we can always add more.
Right.
And now we're gonna add water because
Okay.
there's so much flavor in the greens, so much flavor that
Right.
we put in here. So we're gonna add some water, and I'm just gonna go to about an inch. Perfect. So this is where you're building the pot liquor. You build the flavor. If this tastes good, your greens are going to taste good.
Got it.
And this is where you spend the time, because the greens are only going to take about 15 minutes to cook. So
you reduce that, then all the greens go in?
Yeah, so let me taste it. You have a spoon over there? Let me taste this. Because we want, and you taste as well. Because we want to make sure that I'm going to add
that's good.
a little salt. Yeah, right?
That's really good. It's amazing how sweet it got just from the caramelization of the
Right,
onions.
and then it's smoky from the smoked paprika, garlicky, you have the acid. All right, so now we're ready for our greens.
And this is a lot of
It's a lot of greens,
right?
but you know what? As soon as you are making them, they cook down. So even if you are thinking that you don't have a pot big enough, go in there. Yep. When you think about greens, you need about a pound per person. And it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't.
This looks like a lot.
It looks like a lot, but it's going to cook right down.
And how long will this take?
This will take 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then you taste it. You taste it. Once it's like to your texture, I want the texture.
Right, you don't want mush.
I don't want mush. My grandmother used to cook it. Oh my God, my granny would get up after breakfast. After we had breakfast, Granny would be cooking her greens, and you could gum them down. But
Your grandmother didn't have teeth?
No, actually she didn't. Did you know Granny?
Yeah, very well. That's hilarious. All right, we're gonna go 15-30 on this, and we'll be back. Cool. Smells good.
It's starting to smell like Granny's house. So check this out. Look how much they cooked down. This has been about
15, 18 minutes?
About 18 minutes, 15, almost 20 minutes, and there you go.
So good.
So what we're gonna do now? I'm gonna just taste a little bit. All right, so get in there.
Like them. A little more?
Hot.
All right.
I just want a little more vinegar.
Oh, it's spicy. That was my extra chili, sorry. I like it
No,
though.
it's good.
It's good, right?
It's good. These are done. These are done.
And I like it because you're right. I've had collard greens. It is mush. That's not mush. This has a bite.
But it's still tender, right?
Yeah, totally tender. Cool.
Okay.
So that's good to go. All right.
Good to go.
I can't wait to see you make this hot water cornbread. I've never made it before.
Nobody knows what this is. You go up north,
don't either.
nobody knows what this is. It is, when you think about the fufu that they eat in West Africa, like in Nigeria, and they have this mush and they eat it with their stews.
Okay.
This is sort of like that. The moment that I made the connection that when the slaves came over and they turned that fufu into like this fried bread, that's pretty much what it is.
Cool.
So it's white cornmeal.
Okay.
And about a teaspoon of salt.
All right.
All right. And so we mix this up, and then we take about about 3/4 cup of hot water, and I'm going to have you sort of
mix it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here we go.
You're just looking for a mush.
Looking for a mush, and then while it's still hot, you can use like a lard, or you can. I have this bacon fat here. Yeah. Thank you. So
that's what that
this is bacon fat, so I'm going to put that in there. So what we want is to cook the cornmeal with the hot water without cooking ourselves,
yes,
right? So we want to cook the cornmeal, and as soon as that sort of soft, it's actually going to kind of stiffen up, and then we're going to make patties with our hands. Okay. And when Granny used to make this, you could see her fingers in the patty cakes.
Indentations?
Indentations and... So this is looking really good.
Is that a second fat? What's that for?
Well, this is the shortening if you want to use this instead, so we have a choice.
Okay. Well, I like the bacon.
I don't know, we like the bacon, right?
Absolutely.
So that's looking really good. You see how it's sort of forming this sort of thick mush? So what my grandmother would do, she wets her hands, but it's cold water, right?
Interesting.
And then she takes a little spoon.
That's an old sushi trick, right? When you roll sushi, the picking rice with wet hands, right? You want it to stick.
And so my grandmother, you would see like her fingerprints in there, which was so, and have little indentations. Okay, and so then you have those, and we just keep making them. And then, okay. Right? Okay. And then it was funny because you would go to some people's homes and they would be round. You go to others' homes, they would be like these little ovals.
But there's not a wrong shape, right?
No, there's no wrong shape. There's no wrong shape whatsoever. So, but you know what's also nice about this? I remember my mother wasn't a great cook, but she made really good hot water cornbread. And
Is this going to be at your restaurant too? You sell these?
Maybe on Sunday supper, but it's not. We're doing what my grandmother calls egg bread, so that you are used to the yellow cornmeal bread. Yeah.
All right. So now to the fryer? Or not fryer, skillet here.
To the skillet. We're going to shallow fry these. We have the oil going, and just below smoking. Okay. So.
Lightly get them in.
Yeah. You guys put it away from you so you don't splatter and burn.
Exactly.
Don't make hot water cornbread with a bikini on. You know.
Oh, darn it. I was just going to throw on my thong bikini, too.
That was all for you. All right, that's good. It's going to be about 1.5 minutes on each side. And as soon as it gets brown, you're going to flip them. All right, so it's been about 1.5 minutes. And so now what we're going to do, we're going to flip them over. And look at that. Oh. This is like the best. It is the best. And so, you know, when we would have these, my mother talks a lot about where you would have like greens, and then you would have like some kind of beans, and then the cornbread, and that was it. And it was, you know, it's pretty healthy.
Yeah, and inexpensive.
Inexpensive and healthy. And so I really want to get back to that. You don't really need a bunch of meat in every single dish. Yeah. Oh my God. Let me just tell you, I know we're in your house, but right now, emotionally, I'm at my granny's house. Sunday suppers in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Nice.
Oh my God!
Mocktails, they really were, I promise you. 1 more minute.
All right, so I flipped them again. They're ready to come out. Yep. So Ming, one of the things I do when I'm frying food, I take my paper towels and I ball them up and then just have the paper towels on top. So the food sits on top of the paper towels and all the grease goes to the crevice. So you're not having the
My day is complete.
Dude,
I learned something
right?
today.
Look at that. You see? So it's not sitting in all this grease.
That is so smart.
Right?
A little salt?
A little bit of salt, yep. Gotcha. Every time you fry, you guys, just put a little bit of salt. A little bit of salt.
And by the way, as a tip, always salt high. Because if you salt like this, then that one thing's going to get crushed. So just always salt high.
Yeah.
Those look so good. All right. Now we have one more thing here, and this is something that we had to make because it takes more than 30 minutes, right?
It takes more than 30 minutes, dude. Okay, it's the chow chow pickle. And basically, it is all of these chopped vegetables in sort of like a brine. So look at that, look at that. So all of that, we have peppers, we have the cabbage, we have the green tomatoes, we have mustard seeds. What makes it this color is the turmeric. Okay. But it's a really simple process. You chop all the vegetables, you salt them, you toss everything up, you leave that for 4 hours, and then you rinse it.
Got it.
So you're not gonna add any more salt after that. And then you sort of make this brining liquid. You have mustard seeds, you have the celery seeds, the turmeric, sugar, apple cider vinegar again, and water.
All right.
Right, so then you heat that up.
Got it.
And then you take all your veg, you put in there, and then, you know, that's it. And then you leave it in the pot. I cook it for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes or so, but it's just for your texture. And then I put it in the jars, and it's in the refrigerator for about 2 days. So what do you think?
So good.
Isn't it so good? But you know what I love about this, everybody's chow chow is different. My dad's is different, his is a little more sweet, it has more red tomatoes, but everybody's is different. But it is the jam condiment that you need to have.
And it's exactly how I was hoping it would taste, because you presented the dishes. I'm like, she's got a starch with the cornbread, she's got the greens, you have the chow chow, nice and acidic. I'm like, perfect for Grandpa's red roast pork.
Oh, I can't
so
wait.
We're gonna make that, and we're gonna have ourselves a feast.
What? And we're gonna what? Chow chow?
Chow chow. Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
I'm so hungry. All right, let's get this pork cooking. All right, so my grandfather, Yaya, made this. My dad makes it. It's pork shoulder, and leave the fat on. It's got a ton of ingredients. It's got red wine, water, soy sauce, rock candy.
Rock candy.
Right? It's awesome. You can get it in Chinatown. You get them in Whole Foods in these stores now, all over the place. If you can't get rock candy, brown sugar can also work. Aromatic, star anise, cinnamon, Thai chilies, garlic, ginger, scallions. All in, boom, pressure cooker, 30 minutes. So if you can go ahead and start pouring all the liquids in.
Yeah.
So
the red wine.
I'm just gonna add all this. Everything goes in. This is a one pot, easy dish.
I love that.
Scallions in.
Love that.
And you just have to bring this liquid to a simmer so the rock candy dissolves. So all this great rock candy goes in. There we go.
Oh, it's already smelling delicious.
So 1.5 of those bottles,
Okay,
please.
so 1.5.
We're gonna do, this ginger's been washed, so 5 good slices of ginger, like that. One more. I keep the skin on for ginger because I'm not gonna eat it as long as you wash it, right? So that goes in. We then are going to go ahead and add those aromatics for me. I just halve the garlic, right? Whole garlic head, just halve it like that. This goes in.
I mean, who can't do this?
Right?
It's so easy.
No, it's so easy. So now we're just going to let this come to a simmer, because what we want to do is for the rock candy to melt.
Right.
And then here I'm going to cut 2-inch pieces of this fantastic pork shoulder. This is a 3-pound piece. My grandfather used to take the whole pork shoulder, bone in, and we'd have a big old thing. So if you don't have a pressure cooker, don't sweat it. It takes about 2 hours. Just get a big old thing, and you can actually cook the whole shoulder then. I like it because if you cut them in these 2-inch pieces like this,
it's going to cook quicker.
It's going to cook quicker.
You can have everything really in 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're not going to use pork, you can use, let's say, like chicken thighs. Would be amazing.
Whole chicken thighs. In that instance, I would keep the bone in.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. All that flavor.
Big old turkey. Turkey legs would work.
Oh my God.
Right. Right.
No, I'm so hungry. I'm like, and duck, obviously.
Duck is red roast duck. We have it on the menu at Blue Dragon. So, all right. So all we're gonna do, it's gonna take about 3 minutes for this to come to a simmer. Once that is, pork goes in. Put the lid on. Done. All right. So you can hear the rock candies dissolve.
Right.
So now it's time for the pork. So 2-inch pieces.
It smells so good.
So this is an electronic pressure cooker. You can use your old granny's pressure cooker.
Right,
Same
the ones
thing.
that were dangerous that everybody was afraid to use.
Those, yeah. And there is a line on pressure cookers, and the only thing I say is you never can go over that line, because that line is there for a reason.
Right.
All right? All right, so just stir it up once. Cover it. This I love because you know it's sealed, right? Yeah. We're going to hit pressure cook, go 30 minutes. Done.
Easy. What?
Dinner in 30 minutes.
Yes.
So So 30 minutes pressure cooker.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you gotta be careful. When you open it up,
Oh, yes.
let the steam out. This is just don't put your face over it.
Right.
Because it's hot steam. So I have to let that come. And the thing about all pressure cookers, they have the safety. You can't open it. It's locked. So that's going. Let's check out
All
your
right,
collard greens. Plate these
Look
up.
at these. Look at that.
Oh my god.
So we have old-fashioned steam. So we're just gonna get these in here, and I'm gonna load them in. But the
so good.
important thing is to get that pot liquor. So any juice that's at the bottom, you
Right.
want to pour that in that greens. That's why we serve them in a bowl.
Oh my god. This is gonna be the best meal ever. My grandfather and your grandmother, they're like,
They're here.
it's going. It's working. It's working.
Awesome.
That smells so good. I'm stealing a bite.
Right?
Oh,
I know, right?
best greens I've ever had because there's still a bite. They're tender, but they're not mushy. Those look so good.
Okay, so.
One on one.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank
Do
you.
that. I have to wait. You can't
You can't rush the pressure.
Well, you can't get in there. It's a lock system. So all I can do is hang.
It's just a little bit of this pot liquor.
Oh, look at that. That looks and smells so good. Oh, so happy you're here, Carla Hall.
I'm happy I'm here too. I feel like the pressure coming off is almost like the audience
All right, it's gonna take about 2 minutes for this to finally calm down, then we're gonna plate it up. All right, so once you can open it.
Right. Oh, dude.
Look at this.
Okay, this is when I say,
pork.
shut your face! This is so good. It smells amazing. And look at that color.
Right, it's mahogany. It's the pork. You know, serve it all. I mean, obviously there's that big clove of garlic. You're not
No,
gonna eat
of
it this
course.
skin, but just serve it because this is country food.
But this is what I say, there's flavor in the brown.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, young lady, we got ourselves a meal.
All right, yep.
Take a little bit. You have your liquor or liqueur.
Yes, and you have your liquor.
I'll put a little bit of that. Chef Hall, let's go chow.
I got the greens.
Let's go eat. Thank God. Oh my God.
All right.
Is your mouth watering
My
too?
mouth is watering so much. You know when you're at the family dinner and you just want to like dig in and they're like, oh, let's say grace and let's
Look
not
at
talk
this.
about
Okay,
this.
let's say Grace. Grace, all right. I'm going in. I'm going to try your greens first here. God,
Right?
that's really the best greens ever.
That crunch, right?
little
Dude.
crunchy.
Dude. Okay.
Let's have a little of the pork. With your chow chow. Oh my God. Come on. How good is this?
Dude.
I think we should do a restaurant for together. Right? This?
This
is it. Serve one dish.
East meets South.
East meets South. The Carla Ming show. Oh my God. I can't. I'm telling you, the acidic chow chow with the fattiness of the pork, the crunch of your cornbread, all kind of enveloped by your greens. I mean, this is.
Yeah,
I'm
every
speechless.
texture,
This is freaking
every
delicious.
flavor.
And this is what I call the foie gras of pork, because this is the pork fat that's been braised.
Oh yeah. Even this like big piece of ginger.
Oh God. Young lady.
Oh, I'm having some foie gras. Hold on.
Oh God. Wait. Here. This. I saw this. This is not for me, obviously. But
Give this to your wife. So this is my T-shirt
Let's see the logo.
from Carla Hall's Southern Kitchen,
Love that.
and that's Thelma,
That's Thelma?
my grandmother, that we
Nice.
named the chicken after her.
Really?
And this is all about Sunday suppers, comfort food, sort of, you know, the dewdrop in of
Right.
food, because there's always a place for you at the
Awesome.
table.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I toast my glass.
Toast.
You are
Thank
the
you.
best. Thank you for being here.
This was amazing.
We're gonna keep eating. Thank you all for watching as always. Peace and good eating. Cheers. For more information on Simply Ming, including upcoming guests and more, visit us online at ming.com/simplyming. Closed captioning provided by
Melissa's World Variety Produce is a proud sponsor of Simply Ming.
Funding is provided by Ocean Spray. For over 80 years, our grower owners have been growing and harvesting cranberries to bring you and your family our cranberry juices, drinks, and Craisins dried cranberries. For more information, you can visit oceanspray.com. Ocean Spray, grower owned since 1930.
Simply caring about the planet. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Subaru of New England, a proud sponsor of Simply Ming.
Wanjishan, simply American, simply organic, simply Ming.
Select episodes of this series are available on the Simply Ming Cooking with Friends and Family DVD. A companion cookbook is also available. To order, visit shoppbs.org/simplyming or call 1-800-PLAY-PBS.